Hi guys, Dr. G here with day 28 of Checkouts with Dr. G, and today I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about mental health in children. The past couple of days I talked about depression and anxiety in adults, and today I just want to begin to talk about mental health in children and just some of the things that you may notice and need to pay attention to. Now, just like adults, children will have similar symptoms when dealing with anxiety and depression. For depression, you may notice some things such as sadness, irritability. They may be crying intensely. They may start getting in trouble at school. They may start to refuse to go to school or, don't want to go to school. They may have their grades may start to slip at school. They might start saying they have tummy aches or aches and pains, just like what we talked about yesterday with adults having those aches and pains or digestive symptoms. In teenagers, you want to be mindful of the fact that, maybe they are oversleeping. Again, their attendance is not great at school. Their grades are starting to slip. If they start to turn to self harm or drug or alcohol use, you want to pay attention to those signs. We don't want to always just jump to chastising them or, jumping down their throats because we don't want to exacerbate an already existing problem. You want to get to the root of it and find out what's going on, because it might not be just that they are trying to fit in or dealing with the wrong crowd, but maybe they are dealing with some bullying at school or on the internet. And so you want to make sure that you are digging and finding out what the root of the problem is, so that you can help them. So some of the treatments, of course, include counseling. Again, I'm a big proponent of counseling. So counseling, um, the omega-3 fatty acids, lemon balm was one of the herbs that we talked about on yesterday. Bach flower essences. Now, these you can also use for adults as well, but they're going to be one of the safer versions of getting certain herbs to children and teenagers. So, Bach flower essences is BACH, and I'll post a link for that. And they have herbs and tinctures. I mean, not tinctures. They have flower essences for depression, anxiety, and other conditions as well. So Bach flower essences are also going to be good for helping with anxiety and depression. So for anxiety, as far as children and teens go, you want to make sure that you're checking out for, again, they might say they have tummy aches. They might be more clingy. Especially if they are dealing with separation anxiety. I know some parents that have experienced that, where you go to take your child to daycare, and then when you come home or you come to get them, they are hugging onto you. They don't want to leave you once you get home. If you walk out of the room, they're crying hysterically. Um, and it's important to recognize that, and making sure that you are taking steps to ensure that it doesn't turn into a greater anxiety issue. So even with depression, a child might become more clingy. Again, they may have trouble sleeping, difficulty concentrating. They may know You might notice that they're starting to exhibit perfectionism type behaviors, like everything has to be perfect and in order for the child. Um, and they may even start to show worry or concern for other people. Like, you notice that they are worrying about others, and that could be a sign or a symptom of of anxiety, or a sign that they're beginning to step into anxiety. So you want to pay attention to those symptoms. And again, guys, not every time a child says, that their tummy is hurting, or their body hurts, or they're crying, not every time is it, them trying to get out of something, or keep from going to school, or any of those things. Sometimes these are symptoms that we are missing, that can be a sign that this child is going through something mentally and or emotionally. So you want to pay attention. You want to be mindful of what's going on with your child, especially in today's society because more and more kids are committing suicide. More and more kids are getting bullied on social media and at school. And so you want to be able to have those conversations. And if you feel like you're unable to, then getting them set up for counseling or therapy. And again, some of the things you can do for anxiety for them are, again, the Bach flower essences, omega-3 oils, omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, the passion flower, lavender, and catnip. And when I say catnip, I don't mean for you to go get the stuff that you give to your cat. It's the same herb, but different forms. So if there's a tea, catnip tea, or if you can find a glycerin, which a tincture is going to be herbs soaked in alcohol to receive the medicinal properties into that alcohol, so that you're not having to eat a whole lot of herb. But a glycerin is going to be the same thing, except it's put the herbs are soaked in vegetable glycerin. So it's safer for children. It's safer for those, who have a history of alcoholism. So if you can find a glycerin, and I'll see if I have it available on my online dispensary, and I'll make it available to anyone that needs it, or make it available in my dispensary so that anyone that needs it can get it. And I'll repost the link for my dispensary as well. But catnip is also going to be a good one for anxiety in children. And again, I can't stress enough counseling, guys, and making sure that you are creating a safe space for children to be able to converse with you or someone close by, a close family member or friend, so that someone is aware of what's going on with them, and they can get the help that they need. Because as I will talk about tomorrow, some of these things that begin in childhood can affect us on into adulthood. So, this is again day 28 of Checkups with Dr. G, and today we were talking about mental health in children, mainly anxiety and depression. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop the comment below on this video or any of my other videos. Please feel free to direct message me at Whole You with G on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Also, you can email me at wholeyouwithg@gmail.com, or Dr. G at wholeyouwithdrg at wholeyouwithdrg.com. And these videos will also be available on my YouTube channel, Whole You with Dr. G. Again, guys, day 28, and tomorrow I will be back on day 29 to talk a little bit more about mental health in children, and some of the things we can do to help our children, and some of the ways that these conditions in childhood will impact us even on into adulthood. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.